Well, we're here to celebrate a personality, but a personality who also needs celebrating is Professor Ali Alamin Mazuri, and the political writer on African and Islamic studies and North-South relations. He's passed on, and he was born in Mombasa, Kenya. He was also an Albert Schweitzer Professor in Humanities and the Director of the Institute of Global Cultural Studies, Binghamton University in Binghamton, New York. And he passed on today. Okay, so just this morning, and it's already been updated in Wikipedia. That's where we get our information. It's a portal for us, though. Not every information there would always be accurate, because we always tend to update them ourselves. But let me also touch base with you on a celebrated personality on this very network, always hosting the celebrated program PM Express. We're talking about the chief in our midst, Nana Ansah Kwao. And we know that he's the current holder of the plaque and the award, Best TV Current Affairs Host of the Year. Thanks for joining me.
Well, thank you
it's
too.
A privilege.
I'm privileged to be hanging out on the AM show.
Okay. So, what has been your experience hosting the program PM Express?
It's been wonderful. I think we've come a long way with the team, because when I took over, it was predominantly done in studio, and then we've added a lot more outside shooting, especially the personality profiles. We do all the personality profile shooting, outside of studio, and I think it makes the guests more relaxed. They are more at home, and that segment itself, is really growing. The personality segment is growing, and I think what viewers should also know is that I think about 2-3 weeks ago I was in the UK, and we shot about 8 different interviews all in London. So it's like really. So
that'll be like 8 episodes.
Like 8 episodes
of the personality profile.
Well, it's a cross between some personality profile and some current affairs, but all Ghanaians, living in London, doing, one engineer, one guy who set up his FM station. There's a guy who's a pastor, Pastor Dansuabi. I'm doing some, great work. We talked to Victor Smith, the High Commissioner, talked about his childhood, his mom, his dad, the police officer, and how he's running the mission.
And that's the good thing about the personality profile.
So we get to be inquisitive.
But what do you think is the most challenging thing being the host of PM Express?
Timing and getting guests. Right. But other than that, everything is fine. Timing and getting guests. It's live 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. And so, every day you need to find a relevant topic, and get relevant people.
It's almost like an Anderson Cooper's program, so to speak. Every day live.
Every day, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then they'll repeat it in the morning. So right after your show, then
the
PM Express will be on.
Comes.
Yeah, so that's the challenge. But other than that, hey, I enjoy it.
How do you make sure you find time between what should be formal when you're interacting with your guest and try to do something informal interaction with them? I mean, offset. Let's say you've interviewed them, you need to make sure you get in touch with your guests all the time, or somebody you've interviewed that you like. You always need to keep a relationship up.
Well,
because that's what we do, basically.
Of course. I mean, there are some guests that you automatically gel with, and there are some that you don't, So there are some who will even take your number and send you messages, or you inquire with them. I mean, some of them have a mass of knowledge on a particular subject. So you actually even need them, so that every now and then you contact them to say, hey, I'm talking about this. Can you help me with this information? So, it comes and goes. But as far as my show is concerned, it's so informal, And when I inherited it, it was very, very formal, but I'm not a very formal person.
You're very informal. I always see you folding up your sleeves.
I'm a very informal person, but
always in demons, so to speak. The Americans would say in slacks and all that. Do you think that, let's say you take a program like PM Express and it's a late night program, just like we would see in more developed economies like in America and elsewhere in Europe, do you think we'll come to a point in Africa or in West Africa or in Ghana, and looking at a platform that Multi-TV has, on this very platform, Joy News, we're going to have such regular programs becoming the bane of what audiences want?
Well, that's what we are trying to build the app to. You know, we're trying to build it up to where, you know, it becomes like a news item and it generates news. And it comes with, you know, with hard work. You won't get it overnight. But I must say, you know, once upon a time we used to chase guests. But now every now and then, you know, about 70% now, guests ring and say, look, I need to be on it.
I want a personality to be.
Yeah, so I think we are working hard, because I remember when you used to call and beg and plead to get people on, and now, you know, they're calling, oh, you promised to bring me on, I have this issue to talk about, or I know this person, he will be a good personality. So we are working. Among
the guests that you have, and for which I know you have undertaken a lot more dedicated work, and for which also you have this very RTP Current Affairs of the Year award. Would you say are the most important for you? In which categories are they? Politics, economics, etc.?
Well. I mean, we've spoken to President Kufuor. Oh. We've spoken to...
I watched that interview.
Okay.
Yeah, and I loved it.
Good. I actually asked her that, you know, I hear he was a womanizer, he's tall, he's handsome, he had the money, you know, how was he able to concentrate, you know, and not womanize? He gave me a very reason that, you know, whatever he did it moderately. So that's honesty. We're talking to Paul Boateng, Nana Kunedu, Jima Rollins, Victor Smith, which we are yet to show, Ebenezer Akwa Harrison, right? Now, this guy was 1968, he was AGI boss.
He was a diplomat.
No, he was
at one point.
No, he was AGI boss in 1968. A wealth of wisdom and information.
He's 80-something years old now.
Yeah, he's about 83. You know, and he's sharp and on the ball. So we've spoken to a wide variety of people. We spoke to this guy who is a porter at Kolebu, and his son is a doctor in the same Kolebu. So every lunch break, the medical student will go and look for his father, who's a porter, to go and buy him his watch, because he still thinks, you're my dad, you still have to look after me. And then he goes back to studying. And next year he'll come out as a doctor and probably now look after his dad. So we've had, you know, good stories.
You and I may know how, I mean, hosting, etc. goes, but for you as a host, what challenges you?
You see, it's difficult because every day I have to talk about something new. And there are certain subjects that I have absolutely no clue about it.
So you have to go and
I have to read about it.
Like a graduate student.
A graduate student. But normally when you come, I just tell the guests, you have to educate me. Yeah, just because I don't, you know, I don't pretend to know it. You know, so I just tell them.
Because you're asking questions on behalf of the audience.
And
now, especially when we're talking about audience and multi-TV is on platforms in the UK, in Liberia, in Nigeria, and some other countries elsewhere on the internet. And so you have this mass audience watching you, virtual and non-virtual. How do you make sure you ask questions that would also tend to resonate among all those circles?
I have this, where I break everything down to the street level. Even if I'm an authority on the subject, so even if I'm talking about sales and marketing, which I think I'm an authority on, I'll still break it down as if I didn't know anything about it. So I break everything down to the street level so that I can get a good cross-section of people, you know, buying it. That's my strategy. So I don't raise the language, I don't raise the problem, I bring it down to the street level so that we discuss it.
Okay, now let's talk about your award. It's nice, what do you call statuette?
Statuette, yes, yes.
Well, and it's beautiful, nicely gold-plated. And but the organizers of the award are always getting backlash from the industry. I won't say the public.
Yeah, it is painfully unacceptable, some of the things that go wrong. It's not, and it hurts me because the caliber of people that they are able to draw, ambassadors, UN, you know, diplomats to come and hand over awards, and they sit through the night to play their part before they go. You just wonder that if they had just paid a little attention, they could have done well for themselves. And yes, the industry would sometimes slag them, but then, you know, you still have them all sitting and waiting for their statuette, and when they get it, everyone's like,
hey, you work hard for it.
You work hard for it. You know, I got nominated for 3. Best Current Affairs Show, Best TV Program, and Best Radio Talk Show Host. But, you know, I was cleared for 2, and I got 1.
You got the Best Current Affairs TV Host of the Year. Yeah. Okay. So you're looking up also for next year and hoping to get nominated on a lot
I need to work harder. I know I need to work harder. I need to create a little institution with PM Express. And I think that London episodes, once they fly, would really raise our profile because I don't think it's ever been done. You know, where we have recordings outside of Ghana, you know, showing different scenes in London and how people live their lives. Hasn't been done before. So I think that would raise our profile. And even if we don't win an award, I just hope we'll touch a lot of hearts.
Okay. Since you're becoming a big personality with personality profile, let me just pick your thoughts on a number of subjects. There's always been a talk about perceived corruption, now very much endemic in our society. What do you make of it?
It's not perceived. It's actual corruption. It's not perceived. I think we are politically correct drunk, where something goes wrong and you have to say alleged this, that, and in doing that, those who perpetrate these things, you know, get away with murder. We have to get the bull by the horn. It's not fair what's going on. You can't be at the IMF today asking for help and then at the back of it, look at the exorbitant rents we are paying, the exorbitant cars we are driving, you know, some unnecessary positions we are creating, riddled with cholera, yet still at the same breath, we are the Ebola, you know, headquarters. I mean, we need to put the brakes on. And
so you're saying that often we don't get our priorities right?
We don't even have priorities. Forget about getting it right. We don't have priorities. I'm telling you, we do not have priorities. Look at education. Look at education. Look at the caliber of
If a party is elected into office and you're given a position, would you accept the position or not?
It depends if I'm capable of. Because I think
no, you're capable of it. Would you accept the position?
Yes, under the circumstance that I will be given the free room. I mean, if
it's a political party position, you wouldn't be given the free hand to run.
Then I can't do it. Honestly, then I can't do it.
I'll wait for the day when you're given the position and you say,
if I will be given the leverage to say, listen, Nana, this is your department and you go and do it. And they will be given the liberty to do it. It's serving a nation.
With all the experience you've had in the media, do you not think that sometimes the media tends to arrogate onto itself the power to cast aspersions or judgments on either public office holders, political party leaders, etc., just by the way the society is being governed?
Put it this way, all right, minister comes here for an interview. He's parked his car and his engine is running in the morning. So the air conditioner is on, so that by the time he gets in the car...
Now you're telling me your experience.
It's cold. I mean, what nonsense is that? Excuse me. But, you know, this is state money, state car. I mean, who does that? Not even in Dubai will they, you know, do something like that. Let alone Ghana, where you have oil that you've signed away your oil, you know, and you're driving a $110,000 car with the engine running, so that it is not acceptable anywhere. I mean, the countries who give us the money so we can drive these cars, they are driving Toyota Priuses, half engine, half petrol. You know, the mayor of London is on a bicycle. One person gets killed on a bicycle room. They resurfaced the whole of London and remarked everywhere. One person died. 13 people got run down. One died. The whole of London, the roads resurfaced, road markings done. One life. Look at the N1. 200 people within what? 2 months. The more people died on the N1 than they died on the Iraq war. Have we done anything? Not even street lights. So I don't think the media is hard enough. I don't think the media is hard enough.
We could have been harder.
Of course. Of course.
What do you think will perhaps bring the needed discipline that we seem to be preaching about all over?
Unless we change the system. Because
how do we change the system?
Well, that's the difficult part, you see, because at the moment, any department you call now has got some legislation to explain why they are doing what they are doing. So unless we are able to go back and change the system, take the Shiraj boss, for instance. Technically what? She's supposed to be given a house. She's being given a house and they are paying the rent. You see, so unless you go back to change that system that says, listen, this is the only amount you are allowed in rent, you can move her and bring somebody else.
Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I have this friend of mine. It's called Alfred Nyako. He's the manager for human resource manager for Road Safety Management Services Limited, a company I work for as well. He says that you're very hard on your guests because you want to get the best out of them. I feel sometimes it's not polite. What do you think?
Oh, the truth is the truth, and the truth will sometimes become uncomfortable, especially if you've been given responsibility and you're being paid for it. Especially if you've been given responsibility and you're paid for it, then you have to deliver. Because it is state money, it is tax money that you're getting. And bear in mind that most of the decisions taken today, if it were their private business, they would have taken a different decision, and that is painful. But because it's for Ghana and it's for the nation, let's do it. I'm telling you, Shiraj gets $7.5 million from Denmark. Ghana puts in 1.5 million. Imagine if it was their business, her own business, where she can only put in 1.5 million.
You're talking about the Shiraj boss now?
Yes. But I can give you thousands of examples. Imagine if it was her own business and somebody was bailing her out 7.5 million. Would she pay that amount in rent? Never. Imagine these guys who are driving $110,000 cars. Bear in mind that 40% of our budget is supplemented from, donor countries. Would you be driving $100,000 car when the guy who's supporting you does not drive that car? If it was your business and it was collapsing. So you see, the decisions that these people take is because they don't care. Or there's a system gives them that leeway. So, well, the system gives me the leeway. Look at the NPP guy, make sure he's man, the chairman, the past chairman, Vigilante, buying the house. The law allowed him to buy.
Oh, he went to court, yes.
Yes. So, you see, if you don't change the system, then those people will always...
sometimes when you are in the media, you are in a position to ask questions.
Sure.
And we've had precedent in this country where we've had some media personalities who have been appointed into government. And sometimes just the bureaucracy and the way the system of governance works doesn't give you the leeway to make sure what is right is right.
So don't take it. You see, that's what I'm saying. That
well, you take it with the formative intention or rationale because you want to make a difference. But you enter there, you see that it's different. Even though you have the right qualifications, the expertise, etc. But you just feel that you want to be a crusader, and that crusade you take into governance. It doesn't work that way. Do you know that?
That's what I'm saying. That so don't take it. Listen, when I was going to hand over PM, I said I'm not a suit and tie person, and I know the job is a suit and tie thing. So
you wear fabrics and
this is how I'm going to appear. Is it okay for you?
I'm going to ban you. It's not allowed. What ties like?
You see, so these are my precedents that I will bring on board. Can you do it or not? And they say yes, we'll allow it. And this, they said on Wednesdays is corporate, so Wednesday you have to wear a suit. I said I won't wear a tie. Can you do it? They say, so whatever.
So for you, it's cotton.
So whatever position that they give you, you must know that, listen, at least A, B, C, D, this is what I want. That would you give me the leeway? If it's yes, take it. If it's no, don't do it.
My friend, Alfred Nyako says, they feel you rough. That's what he said. Okay, so please get interactive. We have a page on Facebook, Joy News on TV. There's a page on Facebook. And also, make sure you send us those tweets through a handle at Joy News on TV. As you get interactive, though, this will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. My Joy Online is the name of the channel on YouTube. And as you go there, please like or give us your comments on the videos that you watch. We're very grateful that you watch them, but your comments are also very important. Who has touched you the most on your show?
Who's touched me the most on my show?
By the story, either by their life story, etc., or a deed they have undertaken.
I love to talk to women achievers.
Okay.
I really love to talk to women.
Did you talk to the woman who did something with the flag and things like that?
Yes, yes, I did.
I think I would have.
Yes, I did. You see, because I feel that society...
Is it Rosa or something?
Yeah. You see, I feel that for a woman to score 3, she must have done 13, but a 10 would be overlooked.
What a good heart you have.
Yeah, so I'd love to talk...
But gender receptive.
I know, but it's so difficult getting women, Oh, not today. I don't want people to see. I said, look, tell your story. So difficult. So, women, if you're listening, if I invite you, please come and share your story. There's nothing wrong, and never apologize for your success. You've worked hard for it.
You go to school with women, they get first class, but they will never be public with it. But they do well, really. Women are great.
I love women achievers. I love women achievers.
Okay. So, who do you think is the most profound guest who has made, a lot more, generated a lot more interest in you?
I think it's President Kufuor, because I didn't know him that much until I got close. You know, and even though most of the interview was cut off, we really debated, because I said I don't believe in all these multi-party thing, and you know, he said no, you have to believe it.
But you have to believe in multi-party.
Exactly, that's what he was saying.
And you have to believe in a political ideology. That's my belief.
Yes, when you know, I was debating him. You know, it was all edited out, and right at the end of the interview, I asked him, Mr. President, can I disagree with you? And he said, yes, because I believe in multi-party, so you can disagree with me. So you can disagree with me. You know, so I think he was quite one of my profound guests I have on the show. Prior to that, I didn't know him that well. I'd known him from afar. So yeah, he was, you know, he was really good.
Who are you looking forward to locally that you've tried getting, you've not gotten yet?
Jerry Rollins.
Oh, Jerry Rollins.
Yeah,
he's a very nice man. I've interviewed him before. Very interesting.
Aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky?
Yeah.
He's not talking to me. I want to talk to Jerry Rollins.
Oh, I'm sure you get him at some point. I'm sure you go to his court, his house, the green grass.
I want to talk to Otumfuo and also Osajifo too.
Otumfuo
and Osajifo. Yeah, I want to talk to them because.
Okay. Osajifo, I'm waiting for a payment.
Yes,
and then Otumfuo.
You know, see,
who will you do first? Be careful.
No, it doesn't matter. Whoever accepts first, I will do it. You see, because the chieftaincy institution, we're not doing ourselves good by...
You know what? If you do one first, you have to wait and do the other, so that you play subsequently after the other.
I know. The egos among chiefs are big, and you know, I'm a chief, so I know. I mean, I'm not as big as them, but you know, we haven't done the institution well by shrouding it in secrecy, and therefore everybody knows it about bad perception, and perception stays.
I hope you're not trying to be the one who wants to change tradition.
Oh, and I don't want to change tradition, but I want to let people know that chieftaincy is not evil or heathenism. At all. Chieftaincy, you're likened to the Pope. Apart from the
talking about chieftaincy, it's good that you're a chief too. How do you tend to interrelate with the two? I mean, try to be a chief and at the same time, how do you call the right customary word is subjects. Your subjects are watching you interviewing somebody, and you're in full regalia doing something else.
It's very tough, and I think God has really been on my side, because when I was a
Which
chief,
of the gods?
The Heavenly Father, the Creator. Because as a chief, I'm very protected, very shielded. Sometimes I have as much as 4 linguists before you get to me. You speak to him and refer to him and refer to him before he comes to me. In the media, I have none. And it's so, you know, and I was telling...
They're contrasting.
Yes. So imagine I come to an event on Monday, a week-long event, and I turn up on Monday in my cloth. I've been ushered to the front, given all the protocol. And then I come on Thursday to cover the same event, but this time as a media man, so I have to go and sit in the back. You know, somebody sees us, oh, no, you have to go in the front. So, no, I have to be here at the back, you know, recording stuff. And they don't know how...
You've encountered such things?
Yeah, and they don't know how to relate to you. To relate to you. You know, what do we do? Do we now treat you as a media man, or do we send you forward? Yeah. Okay. But you just have to take your hat off and say, no, now I'm in the back, or put your hat on and say, well, now I'm in the front. Right. And, you know, react as both.
The challenges of the media, and do you think that we can surmount them?
No,
what are the challenges, and how do you...
Challenges in the media. You see, unfortunately...
Okay, tell me about it. Remuneration is always low, so I know. It's very low.
No, if you're in the media, you have to do it for love. It's not a job you can do for money. It's one thing you have to do.
That's why I'm doing this for love. I tell people I do this for love.
There's no way.
They think that I make money out of it. I say, because I love it, I want to do it.
Even if you were paid very well, even if you paid very well, if you have no love for this job, you can do it. You can wake up, I mean, 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4.
Come,
yes, you have to live
enjoy, read all the newspapers, do a bit of the newspaper review, then come here. If you don't have love for it, you can do it. And you must have the love for it. And the hard thing is whatever your conscience tells you. If your conscience tells you is right, is right. If your conscience tells you is wrong, is wrong.
Okay.
That's the hard part.
All right. So who are you targeting next? Next segment? Next episode? This week? Who will be on? The London episodes?
The London episodes, we're going to have a meeting and then we'll start playing the promo and it will come. So everybody should stay tuned.
You need to promo them too.
Yeah, promo them before
brand activation.
Yeah, promo them before they come out. But, you know, who knows? Everybody's welcome on PM Express. Okay. You should be on.
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
You should be on.
When I get there, I'm sure I will be on.
May you are there, may.
All right. So it's good having you, and thanks. I also forget. Let me get the award. I wish I had one. Okay, TV Current Affairs Show Host of the year 2014, and it belongs to Ansah Kwao. Your traditional area is where?
Adumasa, it's in Akwamu. Adumasa is in Akwamu, just about 20 kilometers after Kusumu Dam. So I am under the Akwamu Hine paramountcy.
Right.
Akwamu Hine is Kwafu Akoto III. He's got more swagger than me. Can you believe it?
Tell you.
My paramount chief has got more swagger than me.
Is it a tall man?
No. Well, he's not.
Is a constituency.
Yeah,
okay. Oseamea, right?
Oseamea.
Right. I think I know that area. Yeah. I always pass through there to my school. Okay, so thanks for joining me,
Nana. Thank you very much,
too. And in your promo on Joy, you have this key phrase that you use.
Ahumudo, mitensioni. It's a fancy proverb for the bottle cork, like a wine cork.
Well, I know, but mitensioni is not.
I'm floating. I mean, like it says, whether you submerge me or not, eventually I will float.
Right.
So it's a symbol of truth that eventually it will come out.
I understand that very well, but it's just a mitensioni. I know that.
Or intensioni, is it? Fancy mitensioni.
Okay,
there you go.
So that's how it goes fast this morning. And thanks for joining us. I've loved this. I wish I could continue to the rest of the morning. But please always join us. Get interactive as well. And always know that you can catch PM Express from
Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then it will be repeated the following day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Right after AM show.
Right after AM show. And then after news file, personality profile, which will be on the Friday, will be showed after news file.
You have some social network sites you want to get interactive with?
Well, they can look me out, Nana Ansah Kwao, Ansah Kwao on Facebook. You can look me on there. I normally put stuff on there. So
I know, you're always writing. You have a blog on my Joy Online.
Yeah,
I always read that. Okay, thanks for joining me, Nana.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right, so we're taking a break. Always make sure you get interactive. We have the page on Facebook, Joy News on TV. And also, that same phrase will take you to a handle on Twitter, Joy News on TV.